Hey everybody, how you doing? Hey, first of all, folks, I want to thank everybody for joining me for my interview with Seneca Scott, who's running for mayor. I think I've interviewed now 6 mayoral candidates. I'm losing count. We have 15, but it's my pleasure to introduce, right on the heels of all these epic interviews we've been having, another epic interview. Peter Gamez. Did I get that right?
You got it right, Zennie. And the thing is, I'm not running for mayor, so we'll get to talk about something else today.
Awesome. Peter is the president and chief executive officer of one of my favorite organizations in Oakland. We used to call it the Oakland Convention and Visitors Bureau. Now we call it Visit Oakland. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about Oakland Restaurant Week. But first of all, let's start off this the right way, the Zennie way. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Zennie. Getting ready for Oakland Restaurant Week. And we got to tell our friends out there to come hungry. Starting March 18th through March 27th, we're ready to showcase some of the best culinary chefs out there, and especially in the country, not only to our locals, but to the world.
Exciting stuff. So you and I both know what Oakland Restaurant Week is, but tell the person in Bangladesh who might be watching this, what's Oakland Restaurant?
So what Oakland Restaurant Week really is comprised of an opportunity to showcase all of the culinary cuisines that Oakland has to offer. What does that mean? That means that restaurants from all over the city get together during this time period, and it's going to be March 18th. This year is our kickoff, and it's going to be up to 2 weekends of kicking off not only Restaurant Week, it's the kickoff to spring, rebirth. Right. And so many of our restaurants have been suffering the last 2 years, Zennie. And this is an opportunity for us to come back, support our local restaurants, and celebrate everything that we have to offer in our cuisine world.
What are we talking about in terms of the pricing going in?
So there's pricing for lunch and dinner, Zennie. It starts off from $10 at lunch to $25, or at dinner it's $25 up to $60. But the real cool thing that's different this year is that we're listening to our owners. And in the past, there were some very, maybe kind of a lot of rules to Restaurant Week that you need to spend this amount of money at this time. And this is about bringing people back to our restaurants, getting rebirth. It's spring, bringing back folks and life to our restaurants. And we heard them and they said, Pete, besides these set prices, we also might want to offer specials. We might want to do special group meals. So what I'm encouraging is to everybody go to our website at visitoaklandrestaurant.org and let's make sure you can see who's participating there, and we can also see what they have to offer.
Hey, you said Oakland. Let's get that up there. Oaklandrestaurant.org. Okay, so test my spelling. I only went to the Oakland Public Schools, so I went to Skyline.
Hey, there's a lot of famous people that went to Skyline, Zennie. You're not alone.
He's 6 years in front of me. But hey, you might know this. I'm going to tell you something you don't know, but you may not know. Okay, do you know who the chairman of FX Networks is?
No.
John Landgraf, class of 80 with me.
All right.
Yeah, John. I hated John in a good way. He got all the girls. It's true. John, if you're watching this, you got all the girls. I'll never forget. That's another story. I'll tell you offline.
Tell him offline, or invite him to lunch or dinner during Restaurant Week, Zennie, and you can really express yourself to him at that time.
Oh, I got to do that carefully. That's another story. I love John.
So, Zennie, I wanted to also tell you our tagline is eat, drink, repeat, right? And historically, people love, hey, I want to try out that restaurant in Oakland and then go back home. But I'm encouraging people to eat, drink, and repeat means come out more than once. I want you to come at lunch, come at dinner. Remember, we want to bring back a very difficult time that we suffered here in tourism and restaurants. And now is the time to be able to give back to our community. So don't just come once, and come and experience the different types of variety of restaurants that we have.
Hey, let's talk about that, by the way. How are restaurants doing?
Well, it's like I said, it's been tough. And with the different, the latest resurgence of Omicron in January was tough, not only for restaurants, but hotels. So let's make it a weekend. We have hotels out here in Oakland that need your support as well. So I'm encouraging a lot of my friends to combine their experiences here in Oakland. I was just at the Oakland Symphony 2 weeks ago, and I had a great time. Had dinner, Oakland Restaurant week. I was kind of prepping my palate. I wanted to check out some of these restaurants that signed up, for the future. Went to go see a show up at the Paramount with Debbie Allen performing, and I stayed the night in the city. And so it's not just about the restaurants, it's about bringing communities together and people back to work in this sector that was hit so hard.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now, we've got like 50 restaurants on the list. You've got one of my favorite places, even though I haven't had one of these drinks in a long time, to get a old-fashioned Shakewell.
Oh, Shakewell's pretty cool, isn't it? Hey,
yeah,
they just
very cool.
It's actually one of my favorite brunch spots, but I can't have really, as a CEO of Visit Oakland, you can't really have one favorite, right? So they're not only brunch, but there are other great reasons to go to Shakewell besides brunch. The chef is pretty amazing.
Oh, you've got a Cote I haven't been to in a few years. I love that place. Benny's, the Chop Bar, which basically rules Instagram, by the way.
Yeah, Chop Bar is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But hey, Zennie, what do we want to? I got to take you to Calavera. Do you like mezcal? But the same folks from Chop Bar also have Calavera in the Hive, which is this really hopping area in Uptown, and I just love going in there besides their food, their mezcal is pretty amazing as well.
Yeah, I went there with Steve Lowe, Ignacio De La Fuente. I don't know if you met Ignacio. Ignacio's a trip. He's not for money from here, by the way. Not a plug. He's a good friend. Ignacio's a lovable nutcase. Anyway, the whole point is his former council member, council president. I love the food there. It was outstanding, out of this world. You've got Mama Oakland. Mua has the best double burger in Oakland, if I could say that, without getting hurt. Lake Chalet is my favorite. Do you realize I was one of the first 8 people at Lake Chalet? If you go to Zennie62 on YouTube and type Lake Chalet, you will see all of my videos from the opening. My video from the Warriors parties were there. I love Laura and Gar are just wonderful people. And
cool.
Oh yeah,
I love sending people to Lake Chalet, especially for those folks that haven't been to Oakland, right? Like, we have an amazing lake in the middle of our city, right? Yeah. And I love going to Lake Chalet, just sitting there on that pier and having a glass of wine, and just looking at. I like going when it's dusk, when it's happening and the city is ready to start over for their evening. It's kind of a magical place to be. I love taking people there because it's not what they think of an urban city to have, right? It's a nice element of surprise.
Yeah, tell them also that, hey, ESPN had first take there every time the Warriors were in the NBA Finals.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, it was outstanding. I've got videos from that too up there, and the lines of people coming in. It was really Oakland's coming out party in a sense with respect to NBA fans around the country and around the world. It was something else. We've got also the Bardu Lounge and Supper Club, which admittedly I haven't been to yet, but I love the decor.
Oh, yeah. When I was at Bardu like 3 weeks ago, see, I'm doing a good job visiting all my members. And, at Bardu, I felt like I was in a 1960s kind of like, it was amazing. But a 1960s decor, you feel like you're, a throwback. But the cocktails there as well, and so well appointed. And people think of it as a bar and cocktail place, but they have some great food as well. So I know that you need to check that out as well.
And it's on Lakeshore, by the way. In fact, as I think about it, Shakewell and Bardu on the same side of the street.
Same street. So, start off at Bardu with a cocktail and appetizer and head over to dinner at Shakewell. It's a great experience. And I also I don't know if you, Zennie, have you been over to Agave in Uptown?
I have not been to Agave in quite some time.
Well, it's Oaxacan cuisine, which is amazing. And Chef Octavio is very, and his staff are so welcoming. You're part of the family as soon as you walk into the restaurant. But let me tell you, I'm a big mole fan as well. And that mole is rivaled all over. And And you can even buy the mole there. I bought a couple of jars. I take it home. It's a great gift. The thing is, they also have great margaritas. So just be careful, because I like to go there before the Paramount if I'm seeing a show. And sometimes I love those margaritas too much, I'm missing the first part of my show. So we got to make sure that you well planned your stay.
And do you, well, we kind of talked about, do you have a range of foods that you like to eat? What's your choice? And also, I want to pull a plug for a restaurant that I'd like to see on the list, that who's the owner that I know, Jackie Simpkins in the Alley, which Rod Dibble at the piano. He died, unfortunately, in 2017. I've been a regular there since 1997. And you can sing. It's a wonderful place. And Jackie would be delighted to be on your list. They've got the best, other than Mua, they've got the best, really the best steak in Oakland, one of the best steaks in Oakland.
Oh, cool, Zennie. Well, definitely, let's get them involved. And our staff is so eager to get, we have so far, over 50 restaurants being featured. So the more the merrier, especially this time of our situation after the close down. So please, we'll be able to do that. And you're going to ask me, like, what kind of cuisine did I like? Is that what you're going to ask me?
I just want to make one mention. The Alley is actually a cultural landmark. It's on the,
yes.
By the way. But yeah, what's your favorite cuisine? Absolutely.
Well, if you had a wider lens, you can see I like to eat a lot. And but you know what, Zennie, I'm Cuban, so I love Cuban food. I like Caribbean food, and I must say there's Sobremesa in Alamar with Chef Nelson. Again, it's one of those places you just feel at home. So I like Caribbean food, and Oakland has so much to offer, from Jamaican to all the Caribbean islands. So I'm a little particular to Cuban and Caribbean food.
We've got also District Oakland, the Commonwealth Cafe, Saturn, Saucy, Shamali. There's a list here, by the way, on Oakland News Now and Oakland News Online, and at the Oakland Restaurant Week. Well, the URL is right here. Ta-da! OaklandRestaurant.org, or is it restaurants? Did I get
OaklandRestaurantWeek.org.
Come on, Zennie, get your act together. Let's type that again.
OaklandRestaurantWeek.org.
Restaurant Week. .org.
You got it, Zennie.
Out there, replace it, and ta-da!
And I'm glad I got you now before I made you have some mezcal over at Calavera.
There you go. Oh my God, have some for me, please. Please, my Lord. And something else too that I want to talk about. First of all, you have a community partner.
Yes, we sure do. It's Community Kitchens, which is so dear to so many people locally here in Oakland, with Maria. And Maria has also been a big pivotal player for Restaurant Week for many years, but really as we've evolved during these very difficult times, Maria's been a great leader for Community Kitchens. And it's a collective of restaurant community groups coming together to feed the whole community. Their mission, and I wanted to write this down because it's dear to me. Their mission is that everyone in Oakland has access to at least one hot, nutritious meal every day. All meals go out daily to nourish the bodies and spirits of those forced to live on streets and anyone else who struggles to feed themselves. It's a great organization. I invite you to bring Maria as a guest, because they're a big inspiration. And especially when I came on board to lead the Visit Oakland organization, it was great to know that we would have community leaders like that care so much.
It's funny you would say that, because take a look at somebody you might know.
All right.
This is.
So you're a step ahead of me, Zennie. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that. But yeah, this is 3 minutes and 6 seconds. May I play?
Absolutely.
Here's Maria Aldretti talking about Community Kitchens here, and here we are.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maria Aldretti, and my husband and I own Luca's in Oakland, California. We've had Luca's now for 15 years, and we've been very blessed with being able to serve our community for over 15 years. I'm here today to tell you a little bit about community kitchens. Even though many of the restaurants in Oakland are now boarded up, I want you all to know that the kitchens are still serving. We're still cooking in our kitchens. We at Community Kitchens, my husband and I started Community Kitchens about 7 weeks ago. And it was inspired by Berkeley Free Clinic, who walked in our doors the day after shelter in place went into effect. And they said, we're reaching out to the homeless community in Oakland. We're offering them our medical services while our clinic is closed. And the best way to keep people healthy would be to give them a meal. And so we reached out to our communities and our partners, and in less than a week, we raised enough money to launch a program for a month. We've been blessed to participate in World Central Kitchen's program, and now we have redistributed all the money that we raised to feed these meals, to provide these meals to 24 other restaurants in Oakland. These restaurants have served over 7,000 meals to our homeless communities, both in East and West Oakland, through some amazing community partners, including People's Breakfast Oakland, the East Oakland Collective, The Village, Berkeley Free Clinic, and Carrie's Kids. And I want you to know, even while our city has some unrest, we are here to serve everyone in our community. And we believe at Community Kitchens that everyone has a place at the table. So the best way to support our community right now is to donate. We're at ckoakland.org. You can donate today, next week, well, maybe even this week if I can pull it off. We're going to be launching a program with restaurants in Chinatown that were really hit, man. They've been hit from the very beginning, even before shelter in place was in effect. And this last weekend, it's been awful. So we feel like it's important that we step up and help these restaurants. And you can help too. Just ckoakland.org. Every $10 buys a meal for someone, and everyone deserves to eat. So help out, please.
There you go. And that was done.
That's it.
And that was done on the date was that? That was 2020, actually. Surprised the date's not showing up. It was 2020 that was done. And it was at the onset of the pandemic around that time. And so hence the exchange.
Sure.
What I did was I just simply said, hey, send me a video and I'll put it up.
How nice.
And that's what she did, and I say that to anybody, including, Visit Oakland. If you have something you want to say, just horizontal. I prefer that rather than the vertical thing, because I want people to see,
Sure.
But, I'll upload it. And also, if it happens to go viral, I'm a YouTube partner. I'll split the revenue with you.
Nice.
Yeah,
Great.
that's a standard policy with my company, with me. So I've known Maria for a long time. I'm very sad about the closing of Luca's, but we've got to celebrate. And Maria would say, "Get on with it, Zennie."
We have to get on with it. And one of the, we're also, just for you to know, Zennie, among the restaurant community, we're going to be having an industry night before even Restaurant Week kicks off. And our focus is going to be fundraising for this organization. So I'm so glad to see that. As I'm not surprised Maria's already been with you, Zennie, and talking about the group, but this is a bigger thing, right? It's beautiful to put together a restaurant week, but then we need to ask ourselves, what's our higher purpose? And, if we can serve and help our community, even through these type of events, everyone winds up moving forward. And you mentioned that there's some, we're very sad about the closures that are going on. but there are also some new restaurants that we can encourage or support. I'm a big fan of the Tribune. It's at the right at the bottom of the Tribune building. It's an American brasserie that they transformed that tower. And the owners are from Oakland. It's Omri Afalo and Darren Ballon. And those two gentlemen are great. And they chose to come to Oakland to open the restaurant. So that's something that's a great feel good that we should really be excited about. I don't know if you're aware that we also have a new I don't know if you're aware, Zennie, but we also have a new hotel that opened up in Uptown and near the Hive called the Kessel. Well, yeah, and there's 2 more openings in the winter. So the Kessel, the reason I'm mentioning it, I was just there yesterday at their ribbon cutting, and it's really cool. A great boutique lifestyle hotel. But Duende, if I don't know if you're familiar with Duende and Chef Paul there, he's going to open his other Outpost restaurant at this new hotel. So another reason to celebrate is some of the newness that's coming into Oakland, and that we can continue to progress.
Go to Duende if you have to go to the Fox to watch the concert.
And I heard to get their paellas, a mean paella.
Yeah, awesome call. Absolutely. Completely awesome call there about the paella. Now you're making me more hungrier. Man, that is absolutely bad. How can people make reservations? Or, I mean, there's a map there that people can look at it, or
yeah, I mean, to make the reservations, I would go to the oaklandrestaurantweek.org, and you'll see the participating restaurants that are there. So that's a great start. Or you can go through your other channels that you would normally do to make a reservation. You'll see that if it's a participating restaurant in Oakland Week, you'll see our sign and you'll see our celebration for that March 17th date moving forward.
Ta-da! There it is.
And I'm sorry, March 18th. I'm even trying to get ahead of the game. March 18th through the 27th.
There is the website, folks. And you can feast your way through the East Bay. There's the date, Oakland Restaurant Week. And here is their video. Hey, I'd love to get a copy of that video if I could.
Absolutely. We'll be glad to send it to you.
Yes. All right, cool. Awesome. Eat, drink, repeat. And the map. This is the map here. This is cool. Look at this, folks. We can sort of do a cyber walk here. We can click on African or Cuban, right? And type our keywords and say just pizza, I guess. And then do a search. And then scroll down. Got away from me there. A good way to do it is just by different cuisines. But the real cool thing, I'm telling you to eat, drink, and repeat, right? So I want you to go to all the neighborhoods. So a good thing that you can search by neighborhoods that are present there. And here's the map. It's, I think it says back to top, clear filters. Well, give it a shot, folks.
Absolutely.
Watch the cool video right here as well. And hey, what other initiatives you got going with Visit Oakland?
There's so much going on at Visit Oakland that we're excited about. What do you think about vegan cuisine, Zennie? Are you a big vegan fan?
Yeah, in fact, there's a vegan place it used to be Quickway, right next to the Grand Lake,
Yes.
Vegan Mob. I forgot the hip hop.
And there's Vegan Soul.
There's
there's Millennium, which is iconic. A vegan restaurant. What we're excited about is in June, Zennie, on our website, we're going to announce something called the Visit Oakland Vegan Trail. It's going to be opening on, and we're going to give you a map and a trail of how to experience vegan cuisine here in Oakland. The cool thing about vegan cuisine in Oakland is the amount of different ethnic groups that we have that we celebrated. So it's like I like to call it, it's vegan food from all over the world. So stay tuned for that. Visit Oakland Vegan Trail is going to be announced coming out on June 17th on your Eat Your Vegetable Day, National Eat Your Vegetable Day, Zennie.
I'm putting this on Twitter right now.
Absolutely.
I'm writing right here, space, visit announcement.
So that trail should be coming out in June.
Visit Oakland Vegan again.
Vegan Trail coming in June.
Vegan.
And you can say stay tuned because we're going to be doing teasers leading up to it.
Coming in June. Stay tuned. I wrote stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Zennie.
And then vegan, hashtag vegan.
Yes.
There it is. And then hashtag Oakland. There we go. And hit that with a tweet. And boom, we got a new tweet with your face on it. There you go.
Good job, Zennie. Thank you.
So that's out there. My pleasure. And that's out there as well. Hey, so closing thoughts? I know because I want to be out of respect for your time.
Oh, closing thoughts is, Zennie, first of all, thank you for having me and joining you and your followers. But I want to share with everyone, we picked this time period because it's spring, rebirth, coming back to life. There's also our proximity of Oakland. Let's not forget how easy it is to get to Oakland. So remember, I want you also to spend the night and try out amazing hotels, or it's easy drive anywhere in the Bay Area. You can get here by BART. I always tell people it's planes, trains, and automobiles. Amazing airport, get here on Amtrak, or even catch the ferry in the morning and land on Jack London Square and eat your way through Jack London Square, right all the way up to Oakland. So keep that in mind. I invite everyone to come and experience what brings joy to me, which is Oakland and its people. And I invite everyone to come. This weekend is a great weekend. It's Black Joy Parade, and it's coming back. It hasn't been back for 2 years. So let's also celebrate Black History Month. And it's a great time to be in Oakland this Sunday.
And check it out, folks. I'm writing that right here. And boom, there it is, coming up this Sunday. Awesome. Hey, stick around in the background. And hey, Peter, stick around in the background. Stick around in the background. Don't go anywhere. Don't hit that button to go when I'm going. Stick around. Folks, thank you so very much. You see this, spread it around because I know it's early in the day in the, it's 1 o'clock in Oakland, 4 o'clock in the East. Spread it around. It's Friday. Share the enjoyment of the conversation. Subscribe to Zennie62. Bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com, oaklandnewsonline.com, and oaklandfocus.blogspot.com. The blogs of Zennie62 Media that all focus on Oakland. And there's 4 others I left out, but whatever. You get the idea.
Thanks, Zennie.
Hey, stick around. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Thank you.